Move on. I've got a statement to make because I'm that kind of guy. I have decided not to shave until the Jets lose. And so here's my theory. I haven't shaved today, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to shave until the Jets lose because I feel good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. Say it with me. The playoff beard is still intact. Oh, baby. Where am I going tomorrow? Providence, Rhode Island. Why? Because I'm sleeping there. Because I am going to the Jets-Patriots game this Sunday in Foxborough, wearing my number 25 Kerry Rhodes jersey, 3-0 with that jersey, by the way, and I'm going into Gillette Stadium, and I'm going to make some noise. I'm going to root for my team. I'm going to be very cordial, and, I'm a guest in their home, so I won't do anything too crazy, but me and my crew are going there for one thing, a W. That's right, 24-21, Belichick and Brady. Now listen, I have an enormous amount of respect for them. They've never lost a game at home in Foxborough in the playoffs, so I am not going in there confident, but I just have a funny feeling. What else is going on? Pretty tough night, I gotta be honest. Since I've done Wine Library TV, this is the biggest bashing I've ever taken. I took an enormous beating last night, not only in the forums, huge debate, not only in the comment section, plenty of digs, not only that, but at least another 10 to 15 personal emails. I got pretty much bashed yesterday for bringing out my tasting glass. I like my tasting glass. It's what I use. It makes me happy. A lot of people said that I jinxed the Jets, that I should have used the playoff glass. Did you ever think this might be the Super Bowl glass? Huh? Did you ever think that? But really, I need to sit on a soapbox for at least 1 minute and talk about this. A lot of people upset with me yesterday for using the glass. They didn't understand it. They say you can't swirl in this glass. Kind of interesting because it's kind of the way I poured it yesterday. Don't take it out in the glass. I think I can swirl just fine. I can swirl in this glass. They said that you've got to keep the stem warm. That's what the stem's for, to keep it off the body temperature. Do you really think in that 2-second span that it's affecting it that much? Are we really at the point already, Vaniacs, the ones that we're supposed to be changing the rules in the world? Are we really at a point where we're making our own internal rules? Are you going to really judge me for using a glass I like? I thought we're not supposed to judge people based on what they drink or what they like. I try not to, Don't judge a book by its cover. Let people drink what they like. We support Mary S., who drinks White Zin. Mary. We support everybody. That's the key to wine. We shouldn't be judging. Would you judge somebody who ate a burger without their hands? Should they be judged? I mean, come on. I like cereal really goddarn soggy. Should you judge me if you like it crispy? As a matter of fact, screw the playoff glass. And you know what? Screw this glass. Guess what I'm using today? A Simpsons plastic cup. You gonna judge me? Let's get right into it. You wanted to know what my 3 favorite wines were under $10. Or, oh, Gary, you suck. You showed us wines that, aren't good. It's boring, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? I've got 3 wines today. You forced me. I'm pumped up. I've got 3 wines under $10 that I think are remarkable. Go and try to find them. You'll enjoy them quite a bit. Or I hope so. Maybe I could get burned here. Let's see what happens. Having fun, huh? 2005 Navarita Chardonnay. This wine is from Argentina. And this wine's really interesting. It's $8, and Argentina is really on fire, as a lot of you know. What's good about this cup with the Simpsons on it is that it allows you to swirl real well. And as a matter of fact, you know what? This is a collectible. Eric, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put this exact glass on eBay. We're going to sell this glass. This cup, the real Simpsons glass, by the way, it should have an enormous value by itself, from 1990, circa 1990, guys. Great vintage in most of the world. Coincidence? I don't think so. Anyway, back to the thing at hand. Navarita. This is a very interesting winery. I've been blown away by the wines from here. They're from Mendoza. They're 8 bones. Say it with me, 8 bones. And this is the Chardonnay, and a lot of people, I struggle with under $10 Chardonnay, but I had this a few weeks ago, and I was really impressed, and hopefully it's showing well, and let's see what happens. It's got some nice color. Yeah. I mean, This, I just want to give me one more second. Just want to make sure I get the nose in here for you guys. I did forget that. It's got a little bit of a plastic smell. I'm just kidding. You do get a little bit of an apple, good pear, subtle oak. I mean, this wine, this is what it's all about. There's definitely some oak in there. There's definitely, a little bit of apple peel. But it's got great acidity, and that's what Chardonnay misses so much in California. It's perfectly balanced, lots of structure. I really like the finish. Once again, just like I remember it, it's got a lot of that buttered candy, but not too over the top. Fundamentally, this is an extremely structured, excellent bottle of Chardonnay. I'm going to score this wine 88 plus, and for $8, that is an absolute steal. I really like this bottle of wine. You should definitely seek it out. It is extremely good. Questions, because that's what we do on Fridays. I know all you question people were getting nervous that I went on a rant and I wasn't going to do questions, but I've got some questions today. So let's start with my good friend Eugene. He says, a transition wine. Again, if you want to ask questions for the show, you've got to go to ask. He says, my father was never a wine drinker. He never liked alcohol in any form. Now he likes kosher wines based on the Concord grape sugary syrup, basically. I tried several times to introduce him to real wines, but he didn't like them. Please suggest a transition wine that will help to turn him towards nice red and whites. Eugene, nice red and whites, transition wine from Concord grape. I've had to do this many of times in my own family's world. And what I'm going to tell you is the way you want to go from here, in my opinion, is to maybe try a Riesling from Germany that's got some high sugar. It's still going to give him the sweetness that he's looking for. You may even want to try some wines from the Republic of Georgia, the former Soviet Union. They have red wines that bring some sugar to the table. You could also, and I doubt this works, everybody tries to do this, it doesn't work normally, but you could try him on some Beaujolais, some Cru Beaujolais. They're Gamay. They're a little bit fruitier, but they're still pretty dry, and you want to just slowly move up the ranks. So maybe White Zinfandel even next, then Rieslings with some sugar, and then you start playing around with Gamay and Sauvignon Blanc. I think it's a good step ladder to success, kind of like hiring a genius 35-year-old coach from a former 3-time Super Bowl champion, and look where we are. So it worked for the Jets. It's going to probably work for you. Mr. Bloto says, great name. Before we do that, we should probably do the wine. Yeah, let's do the wine. This is a very interesting wine. This is also $8 US. This is the Bodegas Arcavio Tempranillo 2004. I've really fallen in love with this wine. This has been a real go-to wine for me. I eat a lot of chicken wings. I love chicken wings and blue cheese and the celery. I always ask for tons of extra celery. And this has been a really interesting pairing for me with that, because the wine's really done well with chicken wings for me in the past. It's got some great color, and 8 Bones Tempranillo is a great grape to work with, and you get a ton of value out of Spain. Everybody knows that. That's really been its calling card for the last 36 months. I mean, the color is just sensational. Now, these wines have been open for about 2 hours. This is another winner why I wanted to bring it to the table, because I know that, again, you want to see what some values that I thought were great were. This wine really impresses me. One, it's got an enormous amount of plum in it. And not a lot of wines that bring the great plum to the table as much as you would think. And so, thanks, EFK. Pen, so I can sign the cup, I assume. Eric's always thinking. Anyway, great structure, great mouthfeel, tons of plum. Tons of complexity, tons of richness, great mid-palate, very fruity, very lively, very exciting really on the mid-palate. Wow. Really coming through great. Now, what I really love about it is it's dry and it's serious. It's not this overworld, over-the-top New World, like a lot of the Borsal and some of the other wines that we get from Spain gets a little too over-the-top for me. It's not as fruity bomb as like the Los Rojas, which is great, but a little too fruit bomb sometimes for me even. This is more balanced. And it's got great like green pepper and pepper, like dark black pepper tones subtly through the finish, which make it very, very evolved. And I gotta be honest with you, It's even tasting better than the last time I had it. Maybe it's the Simpsons glass. I'm not sure. But I'm not making jokes. I'm being dead serious. This wine is even showing even better. Maybe it's coming to its own. I had it about 3 months ago. It's an 04. It was young. I'm telling you right now, this wine decanted for 2 hours will blow your socks off. I have to give this an easy 89. It's a solid bottle of wine for $8. I'm a big fan. I think I rated it 88 to 90 on the website months and months ago just because I saw that potential there. And I'll be honest with you, I'm dying to see what this does in 2 or 3 years. A huge steal, widely available. Definitely find out. The Orcavio is definitely another wine that I would seek out. Absolutely spectacular. Mr. Blotto says, Riesling. Can someone, Gary, question mark, just admit it all freaking ready, that Riesling tastes like flat Bartles and James wine coolers I used to swill in high school? That stuff ain't wine. Is it? Mr. Blotto, and I love you. I've actually, I think you are a tremendous part of the Vayner Nation. You are so wrong, it makes me laugh. You're about as wrong as anybody who roots for the New England Patriots. And I'm going to explain to you why. Rieslings, especially some of the ones from Alsace, some great German Rieslings, and unbelievable Rieslings from Austria as well, maybe the most profound and thought-provoking complex white wines in the world. As a matter of fact, there's a couple people in this store that if they read this would beat your ass. I'm serious. They'd be really, really mad. You talk to any really serious 60, 70-year-old, much smarter than me, I'm just a dumb kid, year-old wine drinker, they will tell you that Riesling brings as much, Riesling probably battles Red Burgundy for the most thought-provoking, complex, out there, structured, complete wines in the whole entire universe. Give Riesling a chance. I'm not sure what Rieslings you've had, maybe some over-sugarfied California or New Zealand or Australian ones, but if you've ever had the real flinty, bluestone, terroir-driven, structured, classic, just perfectly crisp, complex, rich, exciting Rieslings from around the world, especially in Europe, you would never dare to write what you wrote there. Alan Veck says, Gary, why don't you publish details of some of your tastings in advance so that us big fans, and those were in capital, big fans, should have said maniacs maybe, can get the wines and join you in a tasting? Here's what I'm thinking. Come up with a once-a-month published tasting and give us all 2 to 3 weeks to get our act together and collect the wines. Then we all taste them with you and collaborate our palates with your own. Then there would be a flurry of debate about the wines we all taste. Alan, many people have recommended this and you articulated it perfectly. That's why I used it for this question. You are absolutely correct. That is an awesome idea. The big issue at hand really is that would take planning. And unlike my wife Lizzie, I am horrible at planning. As a matter of fact, I would tell you that 90% of the shows are thought of moments before we decide to open them and let them breathe. So I will tell you this. I love the idea. We're definitely going to have to do it. We'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. And maybe we'll try it next week. I'll make an announcement and we'll take it from there, especially if the Jets win. If the Jets win, I'll make the announcement naked. All right. Sluke has one final question, but first we'll do this, and this is a lot of fun for me. This is the 1919-2004 Syrah. Great little name, 1919. Comes from 100% Syrah from Argentina, 40 to 60-year-old vines. Again, Mendoza. Give it a little rinse. This is from the camping episode. Do you remember that? You know where we got this cup from. This cup, guys, you have to understand as I sign it, this is a very special cup. You know where we got this cup? We got this cup when we bought the Burger King property next door, and when we were cleaning it out, we found this in the basement, and it was absolutely a positively unbelievable thing. Thank You for Caring by Gary Vaynerchuk. Coming through there? Looks okay? Get it? We'll sign it. What's today's date? The 4th? 5th? 5th, right? 2007. Go Jets. This cup came from the old Burger King, and I know a lot of you would want it for that reason alone. It's doing a nice job. As a matter of fact, I might patent this one and put Lidl out of business. Those son of a bitches. All right, 1919 Syrah. 100% 40 to 60-year-old. Great color. I'm sure you're getting that through here. Really fantastic. Very dark black cherry. Little hints of raspberry as well coming through on the nose. Very obviously, but pretty tight nose. Pretty tight for being open for as long as it has. Maybe am I ruining the glass? No. It's 04 vintage. This wine is $9. I'll tell you what I love about this wine. It's got some candied raspberry flavors coming through. A little minted eucalyptus on the finish, which is quite intriguing. Nice body feel. But what this is it's a wine like a pillar box or like those other really explosive, rich fruit bombs from Australia. But it takes it down one notch below. Just one step ladder below. Just imagine that. It's not quite over the top. Definitely above the Rhone Syrah-based wines and the California, but not quite where the Australians are. And I think a lot of times, and you'll agree with me, some of you, maybe none, that the Australians sometimes just take it one step too far. Kind of like some of the Vaniacs that took the jabs at me. Just took it one step too far. You know, I did do 160 free episodes. Can I get a little love? Anyway, this is an absolute solid bottle of Syrah. But I've got to be honest, and that's what I tend to do. It's not showing as well as I've remembered it and why I brought it to the show. I've had this about 6-7 months ago. It's not quite the same wine. I'm getting a little bit more artificial high C flavors, which I don't like. And so I'm going to have to score this wine 86 points. Solid value, but definitely a pass. So I'm going to have to give it a pass. 1919. Cubs won the World Series when 08? Yeah, I think so. Poor Brandon. Anyway, next question from Slook. Slook says, Gary, has anyone pointed out the irony in you likely having to shave your playoff beard after visiting Gillette Stadium? By the way, you're doing a great job keeping the Vayner air quotes to a minimum. Slook, let me ask you a question. Do you honestly think I'm going to need this on Monday? Do you honestly think I'm going to need this? No way! I'm not doing this. Never, baby. Super Bowl bound your Jets. It's green. It's green. Lars, I hate purple. It's green. Oh my God, this weekend is going to rock. These two wines are absolutely fantastic. There are tons of great wines to drink under $10. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it the quote of the day. You should drink all wines under $10. If you're happy, you're saving a ton of money. Ugh. Question of the day. What is your favorite type of hamburger? How do you like to eat your burger? I'd like to know. I'm going up north, guys. You, with apparently none of me, we're changing the wine world, aren't we? Hey, don't forget to bid on the glass. Please, the glass. The cup. It's going to be on eBay. We got the link. I love all you guys.